Wow, it's an altcoin season. Altcoin season. Who could have called this? Who could have predicted this? Do you now believe it's an altcoin season? Let me show you the evidence. Look at this, right? Ethereum, Bitcoin. This is Ethereum, Bitcoin. Look at this, right? Just yesterday, I made the video saying this is a higher high, higher low, and we're into altcoin season. It's been confirmed, right? And now, boom, look at this. And now I'll show you the Ethereum chart. Look how crazy the Ethereum chart is. This is still Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and I was calling for ETH versus Bitcoin to have bottomed right here. I said this candle on the 21st of April, that was the bottoming candle. This was the bottoming tail or the bottoming hammer, however you want to call it, right? I don't think anybody believed me at the time. I was the one who kept on making videos, kept on banging on about saying Ethereum has bottomed. Ethereum has bottomed, right? Like they kept on saying altcoin season, altcoin season, right? Like if you scroll down my timeline, you can see there were so many videos, right? Saying altcoin season is coming, right? Blow off top, altcoin season is coming, blow off top, right? I even told you guys, right? Blow off top in Bitcoin stocks coming. 112K is only a temporary resistance. After this pullback, stocks and Bitcoin should make new all-time highs, right? This was like June 4th, right? There were so many videos, so many of these. I mean, if you look back, there's everything's basically just about altcoin season, blow off top. And I was screaming the loudest during the time when the markets were down, right? That's the time to enter. I told folks, don't wait for the Bitcoin, right? For the Bitcoin dominance to turn. And even now, Bitcoin dominance has again broke down. Look at this. So everyone's now talking about this break in Bitcoin dominance. Let's put it on the regular chart. This is only the second time it is breaking. So many times has Bitcoin dominance touched this red line, touched this trend line, touched it, but it's only broken down once. That was just before Trump got elected. That was during the Trump election, but it was a fake out, right? It was still a good 3.5 weeks of mini alt season, but I believe this is the one. This is the one. Who remembers Pablo saying that Bitcoin dominance is going to top at this 66% area here we've got this red line here. This red line of Bitcoin dominance that goes all the way back, breaks down here, boom, and down we go, right? I said, don't wait for the confirmation. Even today, I'm making this video, like this is Thursday, midday, Asian time zone, and this be Wednesday evening, US time, right? We still don't have confirmation yet. This could still be a fake out like this one, a wick down and fake out. I said, don't wait for that confirmation, which may not be here for another 5-6 days. I said, get it around here, even here is fine, right? Well, that's too early, actually. Even here was early May. This was early May. Because by the time you wait for the confirmation, the breakdown on Bitcoin dominance, then you're already missing the first 3x, 5x, even 10x on some of these great coins. Some great coins like KTA have already run 100x. So ETH versus Bitcoin is one of our earlier signals, and been saying all along, look, this was where it bottomed. Bottoming tail. It's not just because of the bottoming tail, but because we had a double bottom here, right? Double bottom. And then bull flag and up we go. So that was literally in yesterday's video. I said this has already been confirmed because we had this close here. So I said we need to get above this line. Boom, we've done another punch above as well. And look at where ETH is. ETH has just gone ahead and confirmed this, right? By the way, today I'm going to look at total market cap of all cryptos, total market cap of all altcoins, and others, which is total market cap without the top 10. So that's looking at the mid caps and the small caps. Before we look at those, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo He-Man use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means even the exchange can't see who you are. That means the IRS can't see you. The tax office can't see you. The FBI, CIA, nobody can see you, right? That's why Pablo likes Bitunix. And I made this deal with them, but only on this link only. Trade and win up to $18,000 in bonuses, right? 20% futures bonus. Deposit $100, get 20 USDT futures bonus. Deposit $1,000, get 200 USDT futures bonus, right? Chance to win up to $18,000. But this is for limited time only. Finishes on 12th of August. 12th of August. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, such as this one, that's okay. Just click on my profile page, and there is my Stan link or link tree. And this should be the first deal that comes up because this is a great deal. Okay, so basically, let's get back to the markets. And remember, folks, this deal is only on the Pablo Himan link. Only on the Pablo link. Okay, so now where is ETH at? ETH, as I've been saying, it even overshot my target. I said ETH needs to hit this trend line here, which is around 3250. 3250, right? And look at this, because how many tests has it bounced off this trend line, right? So many times. And then this was the breakdown, and this is when everyone lost faith, and everyone was like, oh my God, bull market is over, ETH is finished, everything. And I was the one saying around here, right? I said, this is a bottoming tail. This is a bottoming tail. We should dollar cost averaging in. Of course, I understand some folks basically are all tapped out, just had no more funds, no more ammo at this stage. I get it. I understand. You had to hold it through the bear. And then you work more, you make some more salary, you save more, and you could have added more along here. I stayed positive in my Discord, in my social media. I kept on telling folks, blow off top in both stocks and crypto. Blow off top. And kept on saying this is a altcoin season. Altcoin season has already started. And look, it actually did start on April 7th. It started there. You're only getting confirmation here. We're still not confirmed yet because today it's only spent a few hours up here. We can still wick down, right? At 3,400, we can still wick down. But imagine how powerful of a chart this is. If you can break down from a massive trend line like this, break down, psych everyone out, and then close back above it again. And then close back above it again. How bullish would that be? And then boom, off we go. So you would think, if we can confirm above here, next target is legit 4,100. 4,100. And then obviously the all-time high 4,860, right? Those are the two next targets, and I think we should get there. We should see a new all-time high on ETH. We should see a new all-time high on ETH. How high would ETH go? Here's an interesting theory. Nobody says this, but this is my theory. So see the low here is around 893. 893. Okay? 893. That was in 2022. And for ETH to make a new, for ETH, how much has Bitcoin done this time? Bitcoin has done 8x so far. If Bitcoin goes to 150, because Bitcoin went bottom at 15K, right? If Bitcoin bottom at 15K, around here, and if Bitcoin goes to 150, that's a rough estimate, as I've been saying. I think more like 165. It can go higher, but my target so far is around 162, 165 area. So it goes to 155-ish area, this area, then Bitcoin would have done a 10x from the bottom. If Bitcoin does a 10x from the bottom, then I would think ETH could probably do that as well. So you take the bottom of ETH, which is 8,930, right? Times 10 would be 8,900. 8,900 is just shy of a 2x. It's not huge because its all-time high is at 4,800. So 8,900 is not even 2x. It's far from 2x from the all-time high. Right, so it's a reasonable target. It's a reasonable target, right? Some people, some ETH maxis might even say, Pablo, you're bearish. You're bearish. Right, okay. This is the total crypto market cap, but excluding Bitcoin. In other words, this is all altcoins, all the altcoins. And where it goes is basically, as I said, we were in this bull flag. I was expecting a dip down to 105 trillion, but chances are I said we wick past it, right, to 1.1 trillion. We went to 1.01, and that's when it bounces because this is where the trend line is, right? We bounced off once, twice, 3, 4, boom, up we go. And this is literally all the altcoins market cap, including ETH, right? We're aiming for this double top here, which is 1.66, right? We're only at 1.4 right now, and 1.66, we should take that out. I don't think it's a triple bottom, but when we get there, it'll probably pull sideways and people will be a little bit freaked out by this, and then up we go. What's a guess or a target? You've got all these targets up here. 1.8 trillion, I think that's too close. 2.06 on my Fibonacci, that's a reasonable projection, but more likely, I think 2.81, right? And if we are extra bullish, 4.04. So I think it's either this one or this one, right? Below that is a little bit disappointing. Above that is crazy, is a bit crazy. Like 1.4 right now, getting to 5.26T, getting a little crazy, but not impossible. I mean, I'm calling for a blow off top. So a blow off top is not like a rounded top like you saw in like we saw in 2021. So for example, 2021 was a rounded top. Like 2021 was double top, right, in Bitcoin, and rounded top. But this time I'm saying blow off top. What does a blow off top look like? It looks like this. And this is a log chart, by the way, on a logarithmic chart. Blow off. If we don't use log, if we just use regular, this is what a chart looks like. Blow off, right? We're probably somewhere like here. We're probably somewhere like here or here, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks? What's 5 weeks? 5 weeks would take us to end of August. So we're not even here yet. I think we're probably more like here, right? Because I'm expecting the blow off top to end around September to November. And look at this. This is where, like, let's say we just broke out here. Like, let's say this is the candle we're in right now. Then we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks. Yeah, 10 weeks from now is 2.5 months. That would take us to all of August, all of September, into October. Yeah, 10 weeks from now. That would take us into the start of October. That would be somewhere between my September to November timeline. I think we're pretty much just came out of this big drop, and we just came here into a new all-time high on Bitcoin on this, right? So still a lot to look forward to. 10 more weeks and altcoin season. Most people, and the thing is, most people have still not woken up to this yet. Most people are still not even paying attention. If you look at, because every day I look at my views on YouTube, I look at my views on Twitter, on TikTok. People have not woken up yet. People are still stuck in despair mode. They're only going to join in near the top, and that's the blow off top. So people are not still. Is it crazy for me to say we're still early? Because we've had these massive, look how painful this bull run has been. It basically go up and then give back all the gains. You go up and give back all the gains. And this is because it's log, so it doesn't look that bad. But this is a regular chart. You go up, you give back most of the gains. You go up, you give back almost all of the gains, right? So it's been painful for a lot of folks. So basically, a lot of folks are no longer riding this wave, and a lot of folks are basically never got in to begin with. They will only get in when Bitcoin's at 150K, and the newspapers are screaming Bitcoin's going to 200K, Bitcoin's going to $1 million, Ethereum's going to 10K, 20K, and Solana's going to $1,000. The whole world's going decentralized. United States government's going to put everything on decentralized web. And when you hear all those kind of bullish talk, that's when the market will start reacting. So basically, where are we now? Okay, this is total market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So ETH has been going gangbusters lately, but if we don't include ETH or Bitcoin, if we look at the other altcoins, that's this is top 150 altcoins, but not including ETH or Bitcoin. So that would be BNB, Solana, XRP, those ones. And so far, Once again, we've bounced off this trend line, this major trend line. This one didn't even get there, right? I was calling for 780, 775, right? And then in extreme scenario, we go to 730. We got in between. We got in between those two support levels, and boom, 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 up we go. And again, we're what? Just below 1 trillion right now, 986. 1.1, let's call it 1.15 area trillion is the all-time high, not too far away, about 15%, 20% to go from here. And then where do we head from here? And then basically, let's have a look at some targets. Right, 1.16, we're just below 1 trillion. 1.16 is where we break the all-time high. I think we should easily take that out. And then around this 1.55 area is our first marker. That would be a disappointing early top, but we need to watch out for it. Realistic expectation is between 2 to 2 point, between about 2.2, about 2.2 trillion, right? That would be just over 2x from here. And then we can dream about 2.66T and 3 trillion. 3 trillion has confluence two Fibonacci levels here. So we're below 1 trillion right now. I believe we can get to probably more realistic target is more than double, and we can dream about 2.6, 3 trillion, those sort of targets. Others, I know a lot of folks like to look at others because others is the small is the chart for all the small and mid caps, because others is when you have crypto market cap not including the top 10, so not including Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, and XRP, those ones. Once again, bouncing off, right? The trend line a few times, and others, look at this. It's just started. It's just coming off the bottom. It's like still far from even the top. Others performing the worst. So far, it's the mid and small caps performing the worst. So 293 billion. That's like smaller than a lot of the stocks. 293 billion. And it almost needs to do a 2x. Almost it needs to do a 2x, not quite, just to hit all-time high. And then let's have a look at some numbers we can probably pull on here. Let's go from the bottom, go from here, big pullback, and Fibonacci extension. Okay. Oh, actually, this is quite good because this. See how this here predicted the top at 450 billion. So this is a good Fibonacci because we used the high here, the low here, and we predicted the top here. So 630, first mile marker. Be surprised if it tops here. More likely 927. That'd be a nice target. That means others chart, all these mid to small alts, do a 4x from here. Wow. Then some smaller alts are going to fly if it gets too close to 1 trillion. Okay, thank you, folks, and follow Pablo for more updates.